It's a big 11-race program coming up this Sunday at Sha Tin. Welcome to Racing to Win. We're going to focus on a couple of the very good races out of the 11 very soon. Joined on the panel today by Paul Alley and commentator Tom Wood. And Tom, after the excitement of last Sunday at Sha Tin, must admit was a little bit concerned that this meeting might have been low on quality. Well, fortunately, that was all wrong. It's a great meeting.
It certainly is, Mark. Really good horses going around throughout the course of the afternoon. An unbeaten horse going around in the last race of the day. But the feature coming up is race number 7, the Group 3 Queen Mother Memorial Cup over the 2,400 metres. One of 3 races we have over the 2,400 metres for the stayers. And drawn a really good field, some interesting form lines coming through it, particularly many form lines coming out of the Derby with the likes of Russian Emperor and Panfield. And a form line coming out of a victory from last weekend with Savaquin also.
And if the meeting itself is not good enough to get you enticed, Paul, you can ding a little carrot for us as well.
Yeah, there's a triple trio jackpot of 4.3 million, so should get up to about 9 million. So it's a real decent jackpot there. And Tom's right, that feature race here, the Queen Mother Memorial, is a Christmas cracker.
So there is the jackpot news from Paul. Let's get into the meeting details for Sha Tin on Sunday with the 11 races to be conducted on the B course. They're all on the turf and it's meeting number 68 for the season. The first race at 12:30 with the Griffins getting us underway, so it is that earlier start. And the 2 races we're going to focus on here on Racing to Win are races 7, the Queen Mother Memorial Cup at Group 3 level, and the 10th at 5:10 local, the Game Spirit Handicap for the Class 3s over the 1,200 metres. The 7th race is the first we're going to look at. It is the feature of the day, and it is over the 2,400 metres, a rare mile-and-a-half race, but it is a quality one at that with the Group 3 runners engaged. Columbus County headlines the book out of the Casper Found stable. Zach Purton takes the ride. Russian Emperor, he goes to the 2,400 metres. He did run 7th at the Derby at Epsom prior to arriving. Shafano won this race in 2020. Butterfield goes beyond 2,000 for the first time in Hong Kong. The tongue tie goes on the 7, Ho Ho Khan. I've got the runners out of the Derby in Delightful Lau. Charity Fun and Savaquin have been clashing regularly. And the other horse out of the Derby is Packing Waltham. Time to check out the speed map for this race, Tom. And it's over the 2,400 metres. And how does the speed map have them settling?
Well, 2,400 metres, they get a good long run down the straight, Mark, with about 450 metres until the winning post. And I think probably reliable team likely to set up that front-running speed for Derek Lung there. You've got Panfield. A lane-leading star, he's a horse that probably would ideally like to be sort of somewhere behind Butterfield or maybe even Ho Ho Khan. But just from that wide draw, Paul, I think he's probably going to have to slide forward into that sort of position from gate number 6 as they make their way down the straight. But I didn't see Paul too much really making much of a challenge on reliable team.
No, he looks a natural leader, I think, in the race, and we did see him lead all the way over a shorter distance. 24 shouldn't be too much of a problem for him, and that'll ensure that Panfield gets a really nice run just in behind along with Charity Fun.
There is the speed map details from the boys. There is quite a Derby angle in the race, headlined by the place getters Russian Emperor and Panfield. Edward Sadler was out at track work during the week with his take on the Group 3.
Thank you, Mark. Well, these staying races in Hong Kong over the last few seasons have been dominated by Exultant. But as he gets older, we're looking for the next star stay in Hong Kong racing. And with 4 Derby runners coming into the Queen Mother Memorial Cup, we could get to see that on Sunday. The best performed of the Derby runners, of course, is Douglas White's Russian Emperor.
Yeah, he's been ticking along nicely. He's obviously pulled up well from that race. I thought his trial 10 days ago was pretty encouraging. So he seems to have held his form. I've only just started to understand him, and he started to really understand and start to physically enjoy Hong Kong. His first 2 runs were obviously nowhere near where his fitness level and both mentally and physically were, but I think his last 2 runs where he finished second in both of those, it was there to be seen that he's improving, and he's a lovely horse for the future.
But despite finishing second in the Derby, it's a horse who finished 1 place further back, Panfield, that White believes is the horse to beat. And the former Chilean galloper will be reacquainted with fellow South American Joe Moreira when he lines up on Sunday.
His chance is great. I'm extremely happy to have him as a ride. I guess if he's not the favourite, he's one of the top 3 favourite, and apparently he's in good shape. I think he's going to deliver his best. I think his run in the Derby was fantastic. With a little bit of more luck, he could have made it even more interesting. He finished off the race indicate that if we run another furlong, he could be finishing side by side to the winner, you know. So I think his run in the Derby was fantastic.
Outside of those, it will be fascinating to see how Delightful Lau gets on. He was running home strongly in the Derby at a big price. Packing Waltham also represents the Derby horses. But we could get two horses who didn't make it into the Derby that will be displaying what they've got on Sunday in the form of Savaquin and also Charity Fun. Charity Fun beat Savaquin last time out and goes into the race with a lightweight, having won 3 of his last 4 stars. So will it be one of the emerging stars taking out the prize mark? Or could it be one of the tried and tested stars, likes of Columbus County or Shafano, who will take home the prize?
Thank you, Edward. So that's Edward's take on the runners that have come out of the Derby and Charity Fun and Savaquin. Let's have the boys give their take on what happened in the Derby itself. And here they are, the horses we're focusing on. Russian Emperor, who runs in second spot. We've also got in this race Panfield. He's wider on the track. And now Packing Waltham's in the red cap there. He's going to have different colours on Sunday because he'll wear the colours of Shadow Hero, who's just there. He doesn't figure. And Delightful Lau's hidden in behind, Tom. So what did you take of the Derby going forward to the extra 400 metres?
I thought the run of Russian Emperor was super, but the one that encouraged me the most out of the race was Panfield, considering the run he had in transit from gate number 12, which wasn't ideal. That short run of the first turn, he was pretty much caught wide throughout, but he was staying on really strongly at the end. I thought Russian Emperor got very close to Skyfield, but the one I want to take out of this race, Paul, is Panfield. With that excellent run last time out, there were things against him, and we'll certainly know that he will see out a good, strong 2,400 metres.
Yeah, he has won over the 2,400 metres in Group 1 level before in Chile before he got here. Now, it was... If you ran this Derby again with different draws, it would have been a different result. Sky Darcy had the perfect draw, got the perfect run and won the race. But the other two horses had to overcome obstacles, as you mentioned. Panfield drew 10. Russian Emperor just got a little bit too far back. With better runs, I think they're both going to feature in this race.
In this race, Paul, there's Butterfield outside of the leader. Now, Butterfield has won over 2,400 metres. He won a Derby in Brazil prior to arriving in Hong Kong. Helene Leading Star is in behind him in those purple and white colours. We've got Columbus County, who'll carry the top weight. Ho Ho Khan, who was the race winner in 2019, and also Shafano, who was the winner in 2020. So that pair guaranteed to run the trip.
Yeah, Shafano's not going very well at the moment, so look, I haven't really entertained him. Columbus County, he's got to carry the big weight. That's the key, if he can carry 133 for him. And Ho Ho Khan, look, he's definitely the right distance for him. Just that the 4-year-olds just come into this race a lot better off at the weights and have got a good record in the race.
Yeah, I think they do as well. The one I'd be certainly taking out of this would be Columbus County. I couldn't quite sneak in Ho Ho Khan, but I think Columbus County sort of going well enough to give this a shake. When he's had his only chance over 2,400 metres in the past, he has run well. You can see he was attacking the line here behind Glorious Dragon. And of course, Ho Ho Khan, Paul, is a previous winner of this race, but that was his last win, and it was nearly 730 days ago. Yeah,
a long time ago. They don't get a chance to run over the 2,400 metres often here in Hong Kong, and that's obviously his pet distance.
Glorious Dragon running in the QE2 Cup last weekend. Promising gallopers here. Charity Fun, the further he goes over, the better he looks. Also out of this race comes Savaquin, Tom, and the speed angle with Reliable Team. There he is there going forward as we pick up the replay.
Yeah, so he's going to slide forward, and so he might get an uncontested lead here. And sometimes he can be dangerous when he gets that uncontested lead in front. You can see him pushing forward here at Happy Valley on this occasion for Reliable Team. Derek Long to take up the ride there. He's drawn gate number 8. He shouldn't find too much opposition for the lead. Outside of that, we know Savaquin's been in good form, Paul, with a good last start win, and well, Charity Fun in the race. He's been going super, this horse. Wins have been impressive when he's been able to win. Of course, he missed out a couple of runs ago and then missed out getting into the Derby, but it was a very good effort from him last time out. Yeah,
look, he's won 3 of 5. Now, the first run he wasn't quite ready and he ran a really good 4th, and the one he failed on, they did a quick backup trying to get into the Derby. It was all a little bit too rushed for him, and he backed up within a week. It didn't work. They've taken their time with him since. He's come back and won, very impressive, and he does come in really well at the weights.
And you can further emphasise Charity Fun here, Paul, on his track work. You've been keeping a close eye on that.
Yeah, so I can show you this Charity Fun. He's on the far side. Now, Butterfield, his stablemate's in the race as well, so I thought it was worth it to highlight, because the two of them galloped together here on the 25th of April. It was a nice, quiet gallop. They're both very fit horses. Butterfield was a winner 2 starts ago. Then they had this one down the back straight, and you can see them having a nice little stretch out here. Butterfield was leading out Charity Fun, but Charity Fun was going really nicely in behind, and look, the horse is cherry ripe going into this race. There's no problem, and 2,400 metres looks ideal.
Now, the Derby third place getter, Panfield, who we saw not too long ago, he's been back at the trials and he had a spin around on the all-weather. He was taken back in that trial. It was over 1,200 metres, Paul, and the further they went, the better he looked.
It was a super trial from this. I can look. The horse has got the perfect draw here in barrier number 3 with Joe Moreira aboard, and you can see in this trial here he's back. He's not pushed it at all, and he just weaves his way through the field, gets into the clear. You can see just being angled out here by Joe, and once he gets into the clear, he's not moved upon. His arms are stationless, as you can see, and he hits the line really well. So it was a really nice trial, and you can just see that little turn of foot without putting too much pressure on him, Tom. It was a good trial from him, I thought.
Certainly was, just like the way he got to the line there really solidly over the final stage. You could see he was really travelling nicely coming towards the home turn there, and he'll stay all day, 2,400 metres, perfect draw. I think he's going to be tough to beat.
And he's on top for both of you boys.
Yeah, look, I've got him on top, Panfield. I think from barrier 3, he's going to get the first run on Russian Emperor. He's my third selection between Charity Fun. Now, he comes in really well at the weights. He's only going to carry 113. It might be a little bit of overweight from Alexei Bedell aboard, but still a really good weight from him. Panfield 121, Russian Emperor 124. So they met at level weights last time, and Panfield's got a 3-pound pull. So 6 to beat the 10, the 2. And look, I'm going to give Savaquin a chance as well. So I'm going for the 4 4-year-olds here, 6, 10, 2 and 11. Savaquin backs up and trip, but by Savabeel shouldn't be a problem.
I'm happy to stand him out on the meeting, Panfield. If any price like 6.9 comes up, I think that'll be terrific value there for Panfield, Joe Moreira, Tony Millard. Charity Fund, certainly one of the main dangers in the race, the way he's been racing, winning 3 of his last 4. Columbus County, he'll be there, I think, somewhere at the end. He's just got that big weight of 133 pounds to lug round, but he was making ground last time out in Russian Emperor. And you can probably even make place chances, I think, certainly, as Paul mentioned, for Savaquin. I'd even be tempted to have a look at, for other exotics, maybe even throwing in Ho Khan on a wider ticket, but 6, 10, 1 and 2, happy to stand out Panfield.
It is the boys with a Panfield both on top. That's our take on the Group 3 Queen Mother Memorial Cup, the first of 2 races we preview here on Racing to Win. We move on to race number 10. That's our next race we're going to preview, and it is the second last on the program this week. It's over the 1,200 metres. It's a Class 3 event. It's a good one at that. Trillium Win, top of the book, goes up £9 for a senior rider. Quadruple Double has a £7 claim. Juno Park comes back in trip. Mr Colourful makes his Hong Kong debut. He was a 2-time winner in New South Wales, over 1,000 and 1,100 at Hawkesbury. Big Brook hasn't raced since June. Biz Power, he's placed 6 from 9 track and distance. Daily Beauty has all form Class 4 and decisive 12. Very unlucky last time when he was badly held up. So we move from that to the speed map on race number 10 here, Tom, and poor old decisive 12 will be hoping that he doesn't get in behind them once again.
Yeah, you're hoping so. And look, I don't know if he's potentially going to end up the leader here or not, Paul, because Quadruple Double is a horse that we know in the race that has got a lot of gate speed. He's a horse that goes well fresh also, and he could push forward here. Decisive 12 was a little bit slow out in his most recent trial. Yeah,
he was, wasn't he? And look, he's been awkward out in his races as well. So I think Quadruple Double will cross him and end up going to the front. I don't think Decisive 12 will want to get into a speed battle. I think Trillium Win will get a good run just in behind. Big Fortune's another one that can go on the pace as well.
All right, one horse we didn't talk about there but was midfield on the speed map was Pleasant Endeavour. Derek Long is riding really well. The horse has won 2 from 3 and Ed Sadler tracked him down at track work.
Derek Pleasant Endeavour, you've got a really good record on this horse. When he won last time out, he took a while to get to the front, but did you always think he was going to win?
Well, I think he had a good chance last time, and he in a good shape last time, and we just kept a 3-year-old, and he carried the top weight is quite difficult for him, and finally he did it. But he had a tough one last time. So in the morning he felt like more laid back, more relaxed, more mature, and the trial is okay, just easy trial, and hope he have a good one next tomorrow.
What about stepping up in class this time, Derek?
Well, I think the step up the class is no problem for him, and the lightweight is going to help him. Just depends how much he recovered like last time.
So you're 2 from 2 on the horse. Do you like him, Derek?
Yes, I like him. He is a very professional horse. He easy ride in the morning, in the race too, and in the future, I think he can handle 14 or even mile.
And your own season, 35 wins for the season, so even though we've still got a few months left, you're ahead of your total from last season. Do you think you're riding as well as you ever have?
Yes, I've been going very good and very smooth this season. I would like to thank you all the support, like trainer and the owners, and I will just keep working hard.
Is there any reason you're getting better rides? Are you performing better yourself? Why do you think you're going better this season?
Well, I try to be more consistent and more stable and just work hard, try to get less mistake and win winners.
Paul, he's sustained that run of good riding over the last several months. It hasn't been up and down for him at all. He's just been going great guns.
He's riding really well at the moment. He's a little bit of an underrated rider because Vincent Ho's been getting all the accolades because he's been riding Golden 60 and he's been riding well. But Derek's, look, he's been toiling away behind and he's really getting the rewards now. And just looking at his horses that we've got going through, you can see them on screen there. We just talked about Pleasant Endeavour and Tom, 2 from 3, looks like a nice horse.
He certainly does. He looks a real professional type that looks like he's got a lot of scope and he can certainly progress forwards. Derek, he's had a great season so far. He had 29 winners last season at 5.16, but this season he's going at 7.94 and he's already 10 million basically over what he earned last year too.
I think his career best is 36 in Hong Kong, so he's one behind that, but he'll certainly beat it the way he's going. On to some replays, and Tom, Trillion Win. The horse that beats him is a length and a half in front here, and that's Courier Wonder, so this is excellent form.
Yeah, and he looks like he could be an absolute superstar, does Courier Wonder. You can see he's just slightly held up for the gap there, but now the gap sort of presents itself here at the 200 metres. He's able to angle into the clear. Courier Wonder only on this occasion won by half a length, and Trillion Win was close in the margin late. Courier Wonder not fully pressed, but my concern was, Paul, just the big weight he's got to carry here, 133 pounds compared to a few of the others in the race. Yeah,
he's quite a big horse, so I think that the weight's not going to be a problem. And as you say, that form looks red hot because he did. Courier Wonder just came out and destroyed a field after that.
And Manfred Mann Stable is in great form as well. Decisive 12 here, Paul, was travelling beautifully. Unfortunately, there was just no room.
No, there wasn't. And look, but this horse does a few things wrong. He's missed the start on trials and he can be like half a length behind them. And I think that's the key for him. He needs to jump well from barrier 4. As you can see, he didn't get as much room there. Once he got into the clear, he did finish off nicely enough. So and he's one that does come in well at the weights.
I thought he was a tragedy beaten here last time out. Just didn't get any luck at all in the straight. Now, in his most recent trial, he missed the start by probably a length and a half or so, and then when he got back up into a position that he was familiar with, he got quite keen in the running, but he still finished off well. I think he's probably the horse to beat in the race.
There was money for him that day also. Down the straight comes Mr Colourful here, Tom. He's a newcomer and is in the Tony Cruz barn.
He's come from the Gary and John Moore barn over in Australia. He'd had a couple of wins over there at Hawkesbury, and look, his most recent win was going back to December of 2020. You can see him, he was up on the speed in this trial. I think he's got sufficient speed to put himself somewhere in the race this time round. Punched out a little bit over the final stages, but nothing of any great concern there, Paul. Happy to see him go, though.
Yeah, me too. I haven't got him in. 11.57 pounds. He's had the 3 trials, but I don't know if he's quite there yet.
OK, so no Mr Colourful for you, Paul. Of the other 11, who is on top?
Yeah, I like Trillion Win. I just think this horse is going places. His 1,000-metre win was very strong. He had a couple of runs there, and now he's stepped up to 1,200 and won. That second behind Courier Wonder looks really good. I think he's too good for this field. He's on top. Decisive 12 does the things wrong. He's got to do everything right. That's the key from barrier 4. Pleasant Endeavour, he's done nothing wrong. He's 2 from 3 and up to 1,200 was good for him. Another horse who has done a few things wrong at the start, Tornado Twist. He's got a really good finish on him, though. He's a well-rated horse. He's in there for 4th. 1, 9 and 4.
I think that Decisive 12 can bounce back here. He's only finished out of the top 4 on one occasion, and if I think he gets any luck in the running, he'll be tough to beat. Ahead of Pleasant Endeavour, who's won 2 from 3, looks quite progressive. Trillion Win, we know the Manfred Mann Stable's in really good form at the moment. Zach Purton jumps on board him, and of the rest, Tornado Twist, better runs from him recently. It was at the rear and got a little bit keen, but he did make ground last time out. He's drawn gate 3 with Vincent Ho. Thought he could run a place anyway. 11, 9, 1 and 4.
That is an excellent field, race number 10. OK, Paul, we've seen 2 of your on-top selections. Let's have a look at your entire list for the day.
Yeah, I think the first race is quite tricky. Smart Idea can bounce back after his run last time. It was a good one in the Griffin, but there's a few unknowns in that race. Kaying Spirit's a first starter, and he's trialled really well. He's had 7 trials to get him ready, so I do like Kaying Spirit. Rhapsody was a good winner 3 starts ago. Ultra Express should get the perfect run. Best for You is going to be my value runner. He's won off a higher rating before, and he comes off an all-weather run where he didn't get much luck whatsoever. Hurry Hurry Gain looks like he's going through the grades, 2 from 3. Trillion Win we've talked about, fantastic treasure. What can we say about him? 3 from 3.
OK, there they all are. Pluck them down even further. What's your best and long shot?
I'm going to go with Trillion Win. I just think he comes out of that really good form race, Trillion Win behind Courier Wonder. I know he's got to carry top weight, but the other horses do things wrong. He doesn't. He's bulletproof. So he's on top. At Trillion Win, he's the best. And Best for You, we're going to make him the each-way play, the long shot here. Harry Bentley aboard from barrier number 2. He looks really well placed off a rating of 45. And the play is going to be in race number 10 with Trillion Win and the 2 main dangers, I thought, Pleasant Endeavour and Decisive 12.
I'm going with the feature race, the Queen Mother Memorial Cup at Group 3 level. Panfield coming out of the Derby. I think he can win. He'll relish the 2,400 metres. Drawn perfectly to get a great run in transit for Tony Millard and Joe Moreira. So Panfield in the feature. Sunny Baby, Antoine Hamlin, David Hayes. Limited starts for this horse, just 4, but keeps on improving. And this time round, he's got the blinkers on. He'll get back and hopefully be running on at the end. Sunny Baby. And at the play in the feature race with Columbus County, Panfield and Charity Fund for the Swinger.
Best bet. Race 5, number 3, Ultra Express. Another one for the Millard barn. Joe Moreira rides from the inside gate. He starts is still not 100%, but with the right man on board from the inside who get the perfect trip. Each way, race 9, number 13, God of Dragon. Tony Cruz, Ruin Meyer, his win was over 1,800 metres. He's well weighted at 118 pounds. And in that race, 2, 3 and 13, God of Dragon. Looking great, California 10. The QQP. That has been Racing to Win, gentlemen. Big day coming up for Tony Millard, perhaps, Paul.
Yeah, look, he's got some really good chances there, hasn't he? And Douglas White as well. It'll be interesting, those 2 South Africans going head-to-head in that in the feature race.
I think there's a few nice horses stepping out as well through the course of the card that we haven't seen on race day yet that have trialled well. There's a few from David Hayes' barn I think we can look forward to. I think Chad Schofield's got quite a good book of rides through the course of the afternoon too.
And you can see all the other races for the meeting at Sha Tin at hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and all 11 races are there for you, ready to be previewed.